the workout and then let's start. Okay, let's start.
9, 10,
Okay.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Rest time. 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Rest time. 3, 2, 1. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Rest time.
Okay, let's start right now with our lesson and enough. Our lesson of today, my girls, is what is the cause and effect.
Cause and effect.
And we are going to learn what is the relationship between cause and effect and how we can use it in the comprehension of the story, which means to make us understand more of this story that we are reading. But first, before we start, since we took this information before, what can you tell me about cause and effect, Watim? Like, what does it mean,
Um,
cause?
cause like an example, like the ball rolled, like because the boy kicked it.
So, the cause is what? Is the reason, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
effect, what does it mean, effect?
Effect, like
Huh? In the example that you mentioned, huh? What was the effect?
the boy kicked it. No, the ball rolled.
Yeah, the ball rolled. So the effect right here is the result or what happened because of something. Cause is the reason why this something happened. Okay, so before we start, let's go and have this little video so that it can stuck in our mind. We can understand it more.
Cause and effect. An effect is something that happens. A cause is why that thing happens. Why is Rocky in the water with his surfboard? He looks a little flustered. Is this a cause or an effect? A cause is something that brings about an effect.
So what do you think? Now the boy is in the sea and he looked flustered with his what? With his board. Is this a cause or effect?
Effect.
Effect, excellent. So there's something must happen to that boy to let him inside the water like this, right?
Yeah.
So let's see what is the cause of that.
or result. It tells why something happens. And don't forget, an effect sometimes has more than one cause. A cause sometimes has more than one effect. To find an effect, ask, what happened? To find a cause, ask, why did it happen? Rocky was happily surfing this morning, but the waves were getting really big. As a result, he was knocked off his board and had to swim to shore. Clue words and phrases such as because, as a result, therefore, and so that can signal causes and effects. Aha! As a result, he was knocked off his board and had to swim to shore. Effect. Rocky was knocked off his board. Cause. Big waves hit the shores this morning. I hope Rocky will get back up on his board. I don't want this cause and effect relationship to ruin his surfing career.
Okay, this is a little video just to give us hint about the lesson of today, but I want you right now to open your reading books on the page 22. This one. Do you have your book beside you?
Yeah.
Okay, open it. Now, cause and effect. A cause is what makes something happen or why something is happen. An effect is something that happens as a result of the cause. To find a cause, ask yourself, why did this happen? Like in this person right here, or the boy right here in the story, that why he was in the water, what happened to him. So when you ask yourself why, you will search for the reason, what happened to him. Then will give me the cause. Okay? To find an effect, you will ask yourself what happened because of this, which means that if you know that the boy there was a big wave and it hit the boy, then what happened to the boy? You will find the effect. Okay, so to find the cause and the effect in the story, in any story that you read, ask yourself two questions. To find the reason or the cause, ask why. To find the effect, ask what. Okay, let's go for this passage right here to read it together, and we can apply the strategy on it. Would you like to read Watin?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. The architect.
The architect. The architect is located on the northernmost part of Earth. It is often considered to lie north of the tree line, which marks where trees cannot grow because of a
Frigid.
frigid wall as part of Alaska,
Frigid
Canada.
year-round temperatures. Frigid
Oh.
year-round temperatures.
This area includes Greenland as well as part of Alaska, Canada, Europe, and Siberia. It also includes the Arctic Ocean and, of course, the North Pole. Ice and snow cover 2/5 of Arctic land year-round, while the rest of the land has grasses and shrubs. Ice covers more than half the Arctic Ocean all the time. This mass of
Jagged
ice is called pack ice. There are large temperature differences throughout the Arctic. Due to Earth tilt, the sun rays do not even reach the northern Arctic during the winter. Yet the coldest Arctic temperatures are not at the North Pole. That's because the North Pole is located on the Arctic Ocean pack ice. Water, even as ice, slowly takes in heat winter. The most extreme temperature then occur on the land in northern Canada, Alaska, and Siberia. On the pack ice, winter air is still and dry. Most of the water is already frozen. In fact, more snow falls in New York City.
Excellent. Okay, my girl. Here in this passage, he's speaking about the cold temperature in Alaska and in the Arctic and what this temperature causes for the environment for that area. And he's saying that in that area, you will not find any trees that grow in that place. Why? Because of why, Watin, if I ask you why there's no trees in there? There's no
Because there's ice.
there's ice and the temperature is very what is very cold, so no plants can grow there and the place in there is all icy, so there's no place for these plants to grow, or there's no soil for them to grow, thus there's no trees. So this is how we are going to apply the cause and effect strategy in our reading. While we are reading, we have to pay attention for the hints, for the causes, for the reasons why something is happening inside the passage. Okay, right now I want you to go to the notebook and open for me this page, the page 247.
Yeah, Miss. Yesterday I sent you the sentence and page 302, the
Yes,
homework.
yes. After we finish this, we are going to make it together. I saw it.
Okay.
We are going to fix it together. Okay, cause and effect. A cause is what makes something happen. An effect is something that happens as a result of a cause. To find a cause, ask yourself, why did this happen? To find an effect, ask yourself, what happened? Clue words such as because, so, and due to can help you spot cause and effect relationship. So when you read, as you read, if you find any word of these like because, or so, or due to, or because of, for example, all of these can help you to find what, to find the reason why it's happening. Okay, and then after the reason you will find what is the effect. Sometimes in the passages or in the writing he will bring for you the effect first. For example, he will say, for example, this neighborhood was all the buildings in the neighborhood was smashed. Okay, this is effect. Why it is smashed, what happened, why it was smashed like this. Then you will search for the reason. Then he will write, because yesterday there was a big storm that hit the whole neighbor and the whole America, and this neighborhood was smashed to the ground with all the buildings that it has. So sometimes the effect can, the writer can bring the effect before the reason. And sometimes, no, they bring the reason and then the effect. So anyway, you have to pay attention for the clue words for the cause or for the reason, which is because, so, or due to. Okay, let's go for this passage, for example, in the page 247, 247. So let me write it for you right here in the notebook. The northern lights are beautiful lights that dance in the northern sky at night. They are most visible in the northern state. They occur due to large explosion on the sun. The explosions release particles that travel through space and are attracted to Earth's magnetic poles. Because of a collision between these particles and Earth's atmosphere, light particles are released. These particles are what form the northern lights. So in this little passage right here, he's talking about what? Huh? What he's talking about?
The north.
Yes?
The north.
About the northern lights.
The
The
north
northern
light.
lights, excellent. He's talking about the northern lights. And he's talking why these lights occur or happen only on that area of the north, why it's happening. So now we are going to search for the reason why they are happening. Okay, who can tell me why they are happening?
Because of the collision between these particles and Earth atmosphere.
Excellent, this is one. And something else also. This is because of a collision between these particles and Earth atmosphere. But before this sentence, they occur due
to a large explosion on the sun.
You see, due to is one of the clue words that I told you about. So the first reason we have due to large explosions on the sun. This is number one. The explosions, then we will complete the sentence by saying the explosions release particles that travel through space and are attracted to Earth's magnetic poles. Because of a collision, now the second reason, he go further to explain more. Because of the collision between these particles and Earth's atmosphere, light particles are released, and these lights come and happen at that area on the Earth. Okay, let's go for the first question right here in this diagram, as you can see. And what makes something happen? What makes something happen? Let's go for just a minute. He's asking about the passage. He's not asking about something else. Just a minute. Let me go down. Okay. What makes these particles happen? Because of what?
Oh,
What released the particles?
It's at
We said that to make these lights of the northern pole, what happened first? Something happened. Due to what?
due to a
large explosion on the sun.
Excellent. So what release these particles, what makes them and cause them to happen is the explosion on the sun. The explosion, so write with me. On the sun. Okay, now the explosion happened on the sun. What happened next? The explosion happened. What happened after the explosion?
The explosion released particles
Excellent.
that travel through space and are attracted to Earth's magnetic poles.
Very, very, very good. So this explosion, it will release particles that are attracted to Earth's magnetic poles. What makes something happen, huh? Now we have number 3, another cause. The explosion on the sun. We said we will search for the clue words. The first clue word we have is due to, and we have with it explosion on the sun. What the effect of it? The particles are released. Now, the second reason we have, the second cause we have is what? Search for another clue word. Yes. Huh?
Because of a collision between these particles and Earth's atmosphere.
So we will take this one. This is the other cause right here. So because of a collision, particles collide with Earth's atmosphere. And then what happened when it collided with the Earth's atmosphere?
Light particles are released.
Excellent. So release light particles. Now the light is released. Release light particles that form the northern lights. So as effect for that, what will happen? Release the light particles northern okay. Number 5, write a one-sentence summary of this passage. Tell me a summary of this passage. What is this passage talking about? Give it to me in one sentence if you can.
The Northern Lights.
This can be a title. Give me a sentence.
Yeah.
Give me a sentence.
Miss, from our mind or from the...
From your mind. After we read this passage, give me a summary of this passage. Yani, for example, I don't want to read the passage, all of it. Tell me a summary about it, Yawatin or Malak. Huh?
Okay.
What is this article talking about or this passage talking about? Huh? What was it talking about?
The northern lights.
Okay, the northern lights are caused by what?
The northern lights are caused by a large explosion on the sun.
Excellent. I can write this. This is the summary. So write a one sentence summary of this passage. The northern lights. Maybe I don't know this information and I don't want to read all of this passage just to understand that because of the sun explosion. So tell it to me. So the northern lights are happening because of the explosions on the sun. This is one sentence summary. And then if I want to go further for more information, I'll read the whole thing to see the process, how the explosion happened and what happened next, and how the particles are released, and then how the attraction of the earth attracts these particles, and then they collide with the earth atmosphere to form the lights that we know it in the North Pole. Okay, my girls. For that page, the other homework, Watin, that you did, we will do it tomorrow because now we don't have time and I need all the girls to be here, Lean and everybody. Okay?
Okay, Miss.
Okay, do you have any question until now, my girls?
No, thank you, Miss.
Okay, I will see you in the other class, inshallah, and we will take the other part of the story Into the Ice. See ya.
Okay. See.